Hey guys, hope you all are good. So the last time we did an episode on becoming an au pair, we spoke about the difference between an au pair and a nanny. We then went on to talk about the au pair responsibilities and lastly spoke about the costs of becoming an au pair. So today, I know I did mention that this series is going to be in 3 parts, but I just thought today let me just finish the series and close the chapter, my au pair chapter, and just move on to a different thing on my YouTube channel. So I'm going to be covering the requirements of becoming an au pair, so basically the eligibility, and then lastly I'll also be talking about the frequently asked questions. So those are the questions that I get a lot on my Instagram, my personal Instagram, and the Ask an Au Pair Instagram, as well as on YouTube. Oh yeah, and also on Facebook. So let's just get straight into it so that this video is not too long. So the first thing one has to, or the first points they put out on most au pair agency websites is the eligibility. So that basically covers most agencies only want females, but there are agencies that do take male or bro pairs. So the one, because I mentioned that most of the things that I got were from OVC website. I'll link it in the description box. So what they talk about is females aged 18 to 30. This is also based on au pairing in the Netherlands. So females aged 18 to 30 years. This obviously differs from each country. I know in the States it's a lot younger, and then other countries do take au pairs that are a bit older. So make sure you check which country. And then obviously one has to be single and have no children. You should have matric, but there is an agency that I've heard about that does take candidates that have not completed their matric but have grade 11. So also look, if you don't have matric, obviously if you can't complete your matric, then look or research those kind of agencies. They are a bit expensive and it takes much longer to match, but the agencies are there. And if you can write your matric again or get matric, please make sure you get that, because there are a lot more opportunities for people who have completed matric as opposed to people who have not completed matric. And then childcare experience and references. Make sure you have childcare experiences, and obviously the references will be the people you helped with their kids. Be in good health and have a clear police record. Obviously don't want people with criminal records because you'll be dealing with their kids. Be able to ride a bicycle and be able to swim. The bicycle part of it is obviously because of the Netherlands, but I know the States you should have a driver's license, etc. Research. Holding a valid driver's license is a bonus, as this makes a strong application. So like I said, other countries require you to have a driver's license, but the Netherlands you don't need to have a driver's license. Speaking Dutch is also a bonus. Some countries require you to learn the language, for instance Germany, but some countries do not require you to learn the language. Then original unabridged birth certificate with an apostille. I know there are countries that do not require you to have this, but obviously you should have your birth certificate. But the Netherlands particularly requires your birth certificate to be unabridged and to be certified or apostilled. And then TB testing. Please chat to a crew member about this, as it depends on which partner your application is sent to. So I guess with partner they're talking about like HBN and so forth. So yeah, they do a lot of TB tests, because then I had to do a TB test this side, and then when I got that side I did so many TB tests. It's so crazy. And then yeah, so that covers the eligibility part of it. There are also some points that I got from another website that's basically they were saying like being an au pair is a big responsibility, so it's important that you have the right experience for the job. You'll obviously be with the kids for a lot of hours. and kids can be draining, so you really need to make sure you've spent time with kids, because you can't just go into it and you've never spent time with kids. You might burn out or just feel like this is not for you. So make sure you have the right experience. And then obviously age, education, driving, criminal background, health, time, commitment, those are important parts one has to consider when making the decision to become an au pair. And then yeah, so there are questions that they put up on the OVC website, as well as the other website that I checked. I don't remember which one it is. I think it's Cultural Care au Pair. So there are questions like, do you qualify? So these questions you obviously ask yourself. Do you have or are willing to obtain childcare experience and have a love for children? Some countries require you to have 200 hours experience, or differs from the country or the destination. Then do you hold a matric? Like I said, you can go with your grade 11 with some agencies. Obviously there are few, but they are there. And then do you have a clear police record? Do you have a South African or EU passport? This is obviously because the information was from a South African agency, so the requirements may differ with the agency that you go with in your country, and then in your home country. And then are you single, and do you have no children, or you have no children? Are you in good health? Can you ride a bicycle, or are willing to learn? So that's basically the questions you ask yourself when pursuing this, I don't know, is it a career path? No, this adventure. So yeah, I hope this covers most of your questions. And then I also wrote the frequently asked questions at the back of the page, so I can quickly answer them. So a lot of you guys have been asking, how do you get experience? So what I did is that, obviously when I was still in high school, I did give aftercare lessons. I did tutoring after school, so helped kids with homework and all those kind of things. So that's how I got some of the experience. Also with my siblings, my little brother, and then even kids from like the neighborhood. I've taken care of a couple, so that was that part of my life. Oh my goodness, sorry. That part of my life had or carried most of the experience that I put up on my application. But one way you can get the experience is maybe by volunteering. Like the moment you decide, okay, I want to become an au pair, maybe you can volunteer at a daycare or at a creche, nursery, whatever you call it. You can volunteer. You can also maybe help out, like do these extra classes, help kids with homework, or you can look after maybe your neighbor's kids, just so you get the hours and get some references. But yeah, you can also add experience from looking after your siblings or looking after your cousins, etc. There are a lot of areas where you can put up the 200 hours. You just have to dig deep and look for the experience. And then how to make friends. So when I got there, I obviously went there not really wanting to make friends. It's not really open about that, but ways that I used to make friends was through the Facebook pages. I know there are lots of Facebook groups, like au pair Facebook groups. You can make friends there. And also the agency, like when they have these get-togethers, don't like put yourself in a corner, just go out there, make friends. That's one other way one can make friends. That part didn't really work for me, but yeah, you can use that way. Or even on Instagram, for instance, like on the au pair, ask an au pair page that I have, there are some au pairs that ask, please put my name on your Instagram so I can make some friends. So I do that, put your name, tag you, and then the friends I have will follow you, and then yeah, that's how other people make friends. To rematch, it's not difficult to rematch. It's fairly easy. Obviously the groups on Facebook can also help you to get a match, but also it can be, the agency will obviously help you to get a match as well, but sometimes it can get like difficult to find a match. But rematches are possible. You just have to reach out to friends, reach out to people who've done rematches. Just put yourself out there, because if you're just gonna be like, oh, I want to rematch, but you just not putting yourself out there, then you won't find the match so easily. So make sure you go to those groups on Facebook, put yourself out there, ask friends. You will find a match. You just have to look for a match. And then, can I study? Yes, in some countries families contribute towards your studies. It's not obviously 50% of it, but some families contribute towards your studies, like a portion of the amount, the tuition fee. But then yeah, just make sure you check which country allows for that. Obviously, if you can afford studying, then you can study. You can, but if you cannot, I guess you just have to save or apply for bursaries. I know there are lots of bursaries that home countries offer citizens in certain countries. So for instance, there are bursaries or sponsorships from South Africa for people who want to study in the Netherlands, but it also depends on the course, etc. So just do your research if you are looking to study in the country you want to au pair in. And then, how long does it take to get placement? This varies. I can't say it's because of your profile. It's just, you just never know what would speed up your matching or placement period. You just never know. It just happens. So for some people it takes very long, like up to a year. For some people it's just 3 months, some people it's just a week. You just don't know. So one's got to be really patient when they've applied, because you don't know, and you shouldn't even rush the process, because you have to make sure you are comfortable with the family. There is a huge percentage of like au pair experiences that are not so good. So there are a lot of au pairs that get there and change their mind. A lot of au pairs that get there and they're like, oh, this is not the right family for me. So make sure you are sure about the family that you've chosen, because obviously you can't be 100% sure, because you don't know what the people are showing you is truly who they are. But just make sure it sits well in you and don't just rush it, because yeah, au pairing is not easy. And then, things to pack. So what I've told a lot of au pairs for the Netherlands, what I would have done is that I would have packed less summery clothes and packed more like warm things. For instance, like the long sleeve shirts, not necessarily jackets, but what do they call them, sweaters and loungewear, those kind of things. I would have packed more of those things, because they were obviously more affordable this side. But then when it comes to jackets, raincoats, all those kind of things, I would have kept the ones I had here, and then, or not even bought any this side, and then made sure that I save up to buy jackets, raincoats and those kind of things in the Netherlands, because obviously the ones I have here might be warm for South African weather, but not necessarily warm enough for weather in the Netherlands. So when you're packing, maybe pack less of the summery things, because the summer clothes are not obviously on the affordable side, but they're also not too expensive. The winter clothes, those are expensive, especially like your woolen things. They're very affordable this side, but when you go that side, they're very expensive. So do not pack a lot of those. Make sure you pack a lot of those, and then your jackets and stuff you buy that side. Yeah, that's what I would have done. And then obviously also your chargers. The charging thingy. I will put up a picture of the charging thingy for the Netherlands. It's the same as the one we have this side, but not like the 3-1. I'll put a picture. So you can go with that. So if you have like a phone, just go with that charger, or for your laptop, just go with that charger. But if you don't have it, then I guess you'd have to get another charger. But yeah, that's what you also need to pack. And then yeah, that's basically it. Those are the things I felt like I should have done when I left. I should have packed light and not taken a big bag and then end up leaving up the clothes that I had. And then the weather, the time I was there, it snowed and it was extremely cold, but that happened like it hadn't snowed in a long time, so the weather was very extreme. But then generally the Netherlands weather is it's nice weather. It's not extremely cold and it's also not extremely hot. The weather is fairly good. So it rains a lot, but not like the UK. So yeah, the weather is perfect in my opinion. And then lastly, what plugs to bring. I covered that one, jumped the guns there. So yeah, that is everything about this series. We covered the difference between an au pair, we covered an au pair and a nanny, we covered au pair responsibilities, the costs, the requirements or eligibility, and then the frequently asked questions. If you guys have any other questions, you know where to find me. But for this video and for this series and for this chapter of au pairing, this is where it ends. You guys know where to find me: Instagram, Facebook. I do respond, just obviously not the same day, but I do respond, so don't hesitate. You can just send me a message or leave a comment in this video. But other than that, I hope you guys have a lovely week, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. The next one will be different. It will not be about au pairing, but it will be different. So I'm looking forward to that chapter of my I don't know, YouTube journey, and I hope you guys are also looking forward to it. Other than that, give yourselves a lovely week, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.